Hello, all you beautiful people out there. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will subscribe. For my fans and subscribers, welcome back. I really do appreciate you. Today I'm going to be talking about our path to religion. Today's topic is ancestor worship. Not much else I need to say. Let's get on with the video. Between 12,000 and 11,000 years ago, the Earth started to warm up from the last ice age. As the Earth warmed, people began to gather in larger groups. Before this, hominins mostly lived in small groups or bands consisting of hunter-gatherers. Around 18,000 years ago, these bands started joining forces at certain times of the year. Archaeologists discovered Gobekli Tepe in 1995 in Turkey. It started to be built around 11,500 years ago, 7,000 years before Stonehenge. This coincides with when the last caves were painted in Europe. This first human-made holy place has 20 enclosures. In addition to the carved pillars found, there are also carved life-size human heads and totem poles. No permanent dwellings have been found here, but animal bones, stone cups, and bowls have been, suggesting that this was a feasting place. The human heads suggest some type of ancestor worship. Archaeologists also found many animal carvings and primitive totem poles, which suggest that at least some reverence centered on animal spirits. The pillars and life-size human heads also hint that human spirits were reverenced as well. This would not be surprising, since in his book, Primitive Cultures, Edward Tyler put forth the idea that a belief in spirits would inevitably lead to the reverence and appeasing of these spirits. A recent study of present-day hunter-gatherer societies suggests that ancestor worship emerged at the time Gobekli Tepe was being built. Direct observation of such cultures shows that the idea of high gods came later. Why honor the ancestors, though? Today's hunter-gatherer societies suggest that these cultures believe that the dead ancestors can help the living. These spirits are believed to appear to their descendants in dreams and also to tell them the best places to hunt. Even today, believing that the dead can help the living is common. For example, a 2009 United States survey reported that 30% of Americans believed that a dead loved one had visited them. Hunter-gatherers in the world today often perform ceremonies to honor their dead, and it is not a stretch to suppose that these are similar to the ceremonies that took place at the Gobekli Tepe. Honoring ancestors is common in these cultures, but not all of them do it. According to Geoffrey Parinder, a professor at King's College in London, many African tribes have no true gods. In these cultures, ancestors replace the gods. Because it is common, even today, ancestor worship is a likely explanation for the rites that took place at Gobekli Tepe. This site occupies the northernmost point of what is now called the Fertile Crescent. At this point in history, the area had unusually high concentrations of wild wheat, barley, rye, cattle, goats, and pigs, making it ideal for the beginning of agriculture. Although the agricultural revolution took place around 11,500 to 11,000 years ago, we can see the very beginning emerging around 20,000 years ago. This coincides with some, but not all groups, starting to spend longer periods of time at a specific site. In Jordan, between 20,000 and 10,000 years ago, archaeologists have identified at least 150 species of edible wild plants, showing that hunter-gatherers used these as food thousands of years before the agricultural revolution. Inevitably, people noticed that new plants sprouted where seeds had been scattered, leading to the intentional planting of seeds and selecting of seeds from the best plants for future crops. Agriculture had been born. Multiple sites in the Fertile Crescent showed that humans began intentionally cultivating plants between 11,500 and 11,000 years ago, roughly the same time Gobekli Tepe was being built. These sites include some in Israel, Syria, and Turkey. Archaeologists have found sickle blades showing wear patterns that are consistent with harvesting cereals, rushes, and reeds, as well as other tools that are associated with food preparation, such as millstones, mortars, and pestles. People eventually discovered other uses for grasses. For example, ground up wheat and barley baked with water made bread. A naturally occurring fungus called yeast leavened the bread. At one point, humans discovered, probably by accident, that if barley and yeast were left out, it made beer. Although we don't know the order in which they happened, they probably influenced each other. The parts of cultivated plants that humans did not eat could have been fed to livestock, and domesticated farm animals could have pulled plows, increasing the farming area. We're pretty sure that dogs were the first domesticated animals, perhaps as early as 32,000 years ago, and this happened more than once. Just like today, some dogs were used for hunting, which increased human success. The next animals to be domesticated were probably sheep and goats, which could provide clothing, meat, and milk, bones for tools and other artifacts, and dung for fuel. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. All social media links, including my Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal, are in the description, including the source that I used for this video. Please leave comments in the comment section. Not only do I love hearing from you, but it also triggers the YouTube algorithm. And please remember to be nice to each other. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye.